Crimson Trace introduces a line of feature-rich world-class rifle scopes. This new line features 8 custom-designed reticles for specific applications, as well as a full lifetime warranty on all scopes. Find out more at crimsontrace.com.
Welcome to Tom Gresham's Gun Talk, where a right is always a right, not a privilege.
Hey, welcome to Gun Talk. I'm Tom Gresham. I am the host because there's nobody else crazy enough to do this, of course. If you'd like to be part of the madness, give me a call, 866-TALK-GUN, or honestly, just call Tom Talk Gun. That's what we're going to do anyway. People say, well, how could you possibly talk about guns for 3 hours constantly? Well, I talk about guns for 12 hours as long as I'm awake. That's kind of what we talk about. That's what we do. But I've only been doing it for, 50, 60 plus years now. And it's always fun and always new things, and we're learning things all the time, and we meet interesting people, and we meet people who have shared values, if you will. Always fun. And of course, the good news is, especially these days, I keep saying this, and I hope people really understand, this is the golden age of guns. People look back to the days of Elmer Keith and Jack O'Connor and the gun writers of a long time ago. We didn't really have much new stuff. We had, a few rifles, a few revolvers, an occasional semi-auto pistol, but not a lot. Now we have innovation like crazy, all things coming out. And one of the companies that, of course, you know the name, because it goes way back, but also doing all sorts of innovative things is Smith & Wesson. Joining us right now from Smith is Matt Spafford. Matt, how are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing well, Tom. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Did fall finally get up there?
It did. Just this past week, weather's been a little hectic, but yeah, it's a nice fall weekend here this weekend.
Excellent. Okay. Well, obviously Smith & Wesson been around forever. A lot of people know it for the revolvers, and then of course now you have rifles. Now you have semi-autos. Now you have you've got everything. And it seems like you guys are always doing something new. I mean, one of the things I'm watching right now, I'm looking on your website. There's this crazy rebate offer on shields out right now, and the prices that people are moving this out at are nutso. So it's it's a great time to be a gun buyer, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. And like you said, right now through December 8th, we got a $50 rebate on M&P 9 shields, the original shields and M2.0 series, and Performance Center, as well as the M&P 380 Shield EZ. So, that's a smoking deal on those guns.
So the rebate applies to the 2.0s as well?
It does, yep.
I didn't realize that. I was thinking it was just for like the first version, and your whole, oh man, that is awesome. That is like, it's $50 in your pocket, man. Find your best deal, and then you got $50 on top of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so first of all, for people that don't know, Shield is honestly one of the best shooting smaller, not smallest pistol, because there is a point at which a pistol can be made small enough to where you can carry it, but it doesn't shoot really well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the hallmark of the Shield, it first was introduced in 2012. And, we've since updated the design, over the years since then. But, it's always maintained that body profile of being less than an inch thick, which makes it very concealable, but it's still large enough. It's got a 3-inch barrel on it, still large enough to get a good grip on and make it shootable. One of the hallmarks of the M&P series across the board is the fact that it has an 18-degree grip angle, which, to the everyday shooter means it's got what we call a natural point of aim. So when you bring that gun up, your eyes will look right down the sights and align with the target.
It's almost as if John Browning designed it, because I think that's almost exactly what's on the 1911.
It is. It's pretty close.
So, okay, the other thing is, and this is what people understand, I've shot shields a lot. They carry really well. They're slim. They are single stack, but they also have really good triggers. And that's one of the key, and people don't talk about that very much, but it's one of the keys for me that makes it very shootable. And I honestly have no problem backing out to 50 yards, half a football field, and whanging steel with a carryable 3-inch barrel shield. It's honestly not that difficult when you have a good trigger like this.
Yeah, no, and, even with the launch of the M2.0 trigger in, late 2017, we released the shields with it. that really definitely improved the Shield line, and that trigger is just fantastic. Like you said, it's crisp, it's clean, it makes it easy to ring steel and hit targets at longer ranges.
What are the changes when you go to the 2.0?
Yeah, so really when we talk about 2.0, whether it's in the Shield, whether it's in the full-size compact line, we're talking about texture and trigger. So we've improved the grip texture, or really just changed the grip texture on the M2.0 line to be more aggressive, and it really bites into your hand to help you keep control of that gun, whether you're shooting 9, 40, or 45. And we went back through and redesigned the trigger for all the M2.0. So it's crisp, it's light, it's clean, and it has a really noticeable reset.
Exactly. And I'm going down into the weeds here, and I know you know all this stuff, Matt, but just for everybody to understand, a good trigger is always good, but it's even more important when you have a smaller, lighter pistol, shorter sight radius, because if you're having to massage the trigger, it's so easy to dislocate the sight so you're just a little bit off. But if it's a good trigger, you can keep the sights right on target, press that trigger, and it goes off like it's supposed to. And it's not that the pistol's more accurate, because if you put it in a vise, they're all accurate. It just is more shootable. It's easier for the shooter to be accurate, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what you'll notice, when you're shooting a gun with a higher end trigger in it, or a gun that just has a really clean trigger that you enjoy shooting. You'll notice that your sights stay on target better, and your shots group closer.
It's funny. I was going through the Smith & Wesson plant a couple or 3 years ago. I remember somebody said that it's like stopped me in my tracks. And they said, with CNC machinery, we're making our own barrels, and our stock barrels today are more accurate than match barrels were 30 years ago. Now, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, technology has just improved so much over the years. It's the same reason why now you can buy a, $400 bolt rifle that shoots groups under an inch. I mean, think about 20 years ago.
True.
I mean, you could never expect that out of a gun at that price point. So technology has really helped the gun consumer who's out there today.
Well, I mean, I remember if you had a gun that would shoot 1.5 inches, a rifle, that is, that would shoot 1.5 inches, 100 yards, and you complained about it, the gun company would say, well, that's within our specs. What do you expect? That's all you're going to get. And now no company could ever get away with that.
Yeah, no, I mean, one MOA guarantee is pretty much the standard these days.
It really is. All right, so what else have you guys been up to in your skunk works and cranking out cool stuff for us?
Yeah, so one of the recent introductions that we're proud to announce is the new M&P M2.0 Sub-Compacts pistol. We just released that about 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Tell me, what is it?
Yeah, so really, a lot of folks who know M&Ps know that in the original line of M&Ps, we had what we called our M&P Compact, M&P 9C. Right. And that really had a subcompact frame on it. So a little shorter and really designed for concealed carry. And we've reintroduced that as an M2.0 version of this pistol. So it's got and I'll just run you through the specs real quick, but it's got a 3.6-inch barrel in 9 and 40, a little longer in 45. And it has that shorter subcompact frame, which allows it to conceal a bit better, but still retain all of those M2.0 features, the texture, the trigger, the interchangeable palm swells, the full-length stainless steel chassis system, everything that people have come to know and love out of an M&P M2.0, just a bit smaller.
What's the capacity?
So capacity in 9mm is 12 plus 1. With the subcompact magazine. And one of the coolest features, I think, personally at least, of this gun is we ship it with what we call 2 magazine extender sleeves, okay? Mm-hmm. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to use a 15-round compact magazine or a 17-round full-size magazine in that gun, without a magazine hanging out of the bottom of the pistol. It's, perfectly flush. You can get a great grip on it. So it really, allows that gun to go with you from the range to your, nightstand, and to carry on your person. So for that person who's looking for that one-size-fits-all pistol, this is it.
So as opposed to a Shield is a single stack, and this is a small double stack, but has all the upgrades of the 2.0 system.
Correct.
And then you get the sleeves. Then you can buy. The thing that's cool about that is you can buy regular M&P mags and use the bigger ones and use the sleeves, and that becomes just like a larger grip, really. And so what I'm thinking is use the standard flush mount compact mag for carry, but then when you get home, you go ahead and put a full-size mag in it, and that's your home gun, and now you've got 17 plus 1 if you want to.
Yep, that's exactly it. That's the thought behind it.
That is so sweet. So it's called the 2.0 Subcompact?
Yeah, that's correct. M&P M2.0 Subcompact is available in 9, 40, and 45. And like I said, we just released it a couple weeks ago, so you'll see them trickling out to stores now. Okay,
so if your store doesn't have it, tell them about it and ask them to get you one.
Yep, yeah, they can always order it from their distributor. Everyone should be able to get them and get them in stock now. So.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. I was just going to say the MSRP on that pistol falls in line with the rest of the M&P M2.0 compact line at $569. So you'll see it on the street for a little less, but it's really right there in the sweet spot of the other M&P.
It's going to come in at right under $500. I mean, that's just where people are going to put it. You know that.
Yep.
Okay, and all the information's on the website, smith-wesson.com?
It is. Yep, everything's on there. As well as we also have a dealer locator, so you can punch in your zip code and it'll pop up all the list of local dealers around you. You can give them a call and see if they have it.
Amazing stuff, and crazy times for getting good deals on guns and also new guns like the M&P 2.0 Compact. I see you got a video on the website, so people can go and take a look at that video right there at smith-wesson.com. Hey, Matt, thank you so much.
Sure, thanks, Tom. Have a great Sunday.
All right, you take care. All right, open lines for you, 866-TALK-GUN. Another entry into that subcompact, double stack, 12 plus 1, and this one from Smith & Wesson. That's pretty sweet. You got a lot of people. It's getting to be a crowded little segment, but now you can find exactly what you want. Is that an area that you're interested in? I mean, I've been carrying these things. We got the Hellfire from Springfield. We got the P365, and now we got the M&P 2.0 Subcompact. Cool stuff. 866-TALK-GUN.
Trouble is unpredictable. It shows up without warning. It rears its ugly head when and where you least expect it. Trouble has no conscience, no regrets, no remorse. Be prepared and protected with the MC1 SC Subcompact 9mm pistol by Mossberg. Yes, Mossberg, the company trusted by police and military for decades. The MC1 SC Subcompact 9mm pistol. Small, powerful, snag-free. Always with you. Available with night sights or laser. Mossberg.com.
Attacks happen every day. How will you react? See real people put into real-life criminal attack situations on First Person Defender. Discover what works and what doesn't. Kidnapping, ATM robbery, home invasion, and other attacks. Learn how to save your life and the lives of your family. Get the entire first season on DVD at shopguntalk.com. Get prepared. shopguntalk.com.
This land, once wild and free, fades now from our memory. But I remember what it was like, what we were like, what we are capable of when we band together. Perhaps more than any other landscape, wetlands embody the life-giving abundance that nature has to offer. And perhaps more than any other organization, Ducks Unlimited is working to ensure that our continent's wetlands not only survive, but thrive for generations well beyond this one. These natural wonders are where waterfowl begin their cycle of life, where the deer and the antelope play, and where we, the people, gather together to see and share what makes the outdoors so great. The time is now to band together with organizations like Ducks Unlimited. The time is now to rescue our wetlands.
When someone leaves you their gun collection, you may want a few, but what do you do with the rest? How do you sell them? Who do you call? Well, I call Johnny Dury at Dury's Guns. Whether you're selling one gun or 500, they'll tell you what it's worth and write you a check. Simple, quick, easy, fair. I trust Dury's Guns. Give them a call. DurysGuns.com. Having some fun here, engaging folks online, actually, trying to spread the word. It's a thing that you need to be doing as much as you can. There are some basic facts. Let me throw some stuff at you here that you need to have in your pocket. The media has convinced people of something that is simply untrue. The general public thinks that up is down, down is up, and they're simply wrong on what they, quote unquote, know to be true. What am I talking about? You keep hearing this phrase. In fact, Anderson Cooper used it during the Democratic debates. Blah, 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 blah. We're about the epidemic of gun violence, blah, 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 as though that's a given, right? Epidemic of gun violence, except that it's not true. There's no such thing. Let me repeat. There is no epidemic of gun violence. They have to make people think that so they can manipulate them into supporting restrictions on gun owners. Not on guns, gun owners. Well, what do I mean when I say there's no epidemic of gun violence? Well, let's see, an epidemic would be a growth. It would be a rampant runaway growth, an increase of gun violence, right? Except murders are down by half over a 20-year period. Not my numbers. Those are FBI numbers. Murders are down by half. That should be headline news. We should be dancing in the streets and celebrating. Murders are down by half. Oh, yeah, Tom, but what about gun crime? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Gun crime, phony term, but we'll go with it for the moment. Crimes committed with guns are down, 70%. What? They told me crime was up. They told me crime was rampant. They have me cowering in my house, afraid to go out. But crimes committed with guns are down by 70%. Murders are down by 50%. Well, what about those horrible, evil, terrible weapons of war, the AR-15 assault weapons? Well, yeah, except that more people are murdered with fists and feet than they are with those. Really? Yes, exactly. More people murdered with fists and feet than they are with semi-automatic rifles, actually with rifles of any type. But I was told, yeah, I know. You were told this is a horrible problem. We're the only country in no, that's not true either. Well, other civilized no, that's not true either. Simply not true. Go to gunfacts.org. I think it's I got to look it up again. Gunfacts.net, I think I'll have to check it out. But Gunfacts, just put in Gunfacts. The thing is, it's sourced. It's like data from the FBI and other governmental sources, not a level where people say, well, here's an article in the New York Times, really. That's what you got to give me. Tell you what, I won't show you any NRA stuff if you don't show me that garbage. So you need to have those in your pocket. Murders are down by half, FBI. Crimes with guns are down by 70%. This is over a 20-year period. Source, FBI. And more people are killed with fists and feet than they are with rifles, all rifles. And assault weapons are a subset of that assault weapon. And that's big air quotes around that, of course, semi-automatic rifles. What does that mean? Well, what it means is that the public, when asked, they think that crime is up, that murders are up, and that semi-automatic rifles constitute a significant percentage of crime, when it's like 1%, maybe 1.5%. how can we possibly come up with meaningful and effective public policy when the public has been purposely misled? And look, make no mistake, it's not that the media doesn't know, because we tell them. We, the gun industry, NSSF, NRA, Second Amendment Foundation, you, me, all of us, tell them this all the time. The data is there. The FBI data is there for them. And yet they keep parroting this nonsense, this phony epidemic of gun violence. And then because the stats weren't working in their favor, the stats actually show that it's not really that huge of a problem. Some folks got together and said, well, we'll create a website. That's what we'll do, a website. And yeah, I know the FBI says that these mass shootings really aren't increasing in number. But it would be good if we could convince the people that it is. We should be able to frighten the public into thinking that there are mass shootings all the time. So we'll create a website, and we'll put a counter on it. Now, we're not using FBI data, and we don't really know what the hell we're talking about. But you know what? We have friends in the media, and they will link to it, and they will repeat this nonsense. And believe it or not, they do. And so even though the FBI says that mass shootings are holding steady at somewhere in the 20 to 25 per year, this website has redefined what a mass shooting is. Lowered the number being shot so that they increase their total number. And they're listing more than 300. FBI says 24, 25, and they're saying 300. And what does the media do? They parrot that 300 number. There's a mass shooting every week. There's a mass shooting every day. There's a mass shooting every hour. It's not true. But if you ask the public, they think it is. So you need to have the information. Murder down by half, gun crimes down by 70%, and more people are killed with fists and feet than they are with semi-automatic rifles. And when you tell them that, they will then turn around and attack you for being insensitive and not caring if children die. Be prepared for that, because when they lose on the facts, they go ad hominem. They start attacking that person. Hey, there's a gun rights rally coming up in D.C. When we come back, we'll tell you about it.
This is Milo Lardbottom, Junior Under Assistant Deputy to the Assistant Director of Deputy Affairs for the Department of Homeland Security, with a special message for listeners of Tom Gresham's Gun Talk. We know who you are. We know where you are. You're right by your radio. We have special cameras that can see into your radio. I have a special monitor built into my aluminum foil helmet. We are watching you, so don't try anything funny, Buster.
Back with you here. There's something going on in Washington, D.C. in just a very few weeks. Joining me right now to talk about that and let you know about it, Jeff Knox from the Firearms Coalition. Hey, Jeff, how are you, sir?
Hey, Tom, good to hear from you. Good to talk with you. Yeah, we've got this thing going on November 2nd, downtown D.C. at the Capitol building, and it's going to be huge.
Okay, so what's going to happen there?
Well, we've got something like 25 speakers lined up at this point, and it's really coming together, Tom. We spoke at Gun Rights Policy Conference a couple of weeks ago, and I know that there was concern that this, squib rally is going to be worse than no rally, and there was a lot of that kind of talk out there, but I'll tell you what, it is booming across social media. We're getting support from all corners. We've got people calling on a daily basis, multiple people calling to ask if they can be speakers.
And you've got a lot of people signed up to attend, right?
Yes, absolutely. There are actually several different event pages and things, and people will sign up on one or the other, but we've got well over 5,000 people who have signed up at this point, and there's really no incentive to sign up except that, we'll keep you updated. I can look at Facebook and keep updated. So this is people who are really committed to coming, and it's exciting, Tom.
I was looking.
Let me run through a quick list
I was
for
going to say, because there's some websites. I saw one. It's like a Second Amendment rally, 2N DAmendmentRally.com, and there are some others where people can find out about it. But yeah, run through, if you will, kind of who's going to be speaking, but also you don't have to register or anything to go to this, right? You can just show up.
No. Yeah, anybody can just show up, and we encourage you to do so. Ken Blanchard, Black Man with a Gun, Brother Ken, wonderful speaker, wonderful guy. He's going to be there. Gabby Franco, competitive shooter. Cheryl Todd from Gun Freedom Radio. Matt LaRosier from the Firearms Policy Coalition. Maj Touré, Black Guns Matter. Rob Pincus from Second Amendment Organization. Myself from the Firearms Coalition. Anthony Calandro from Gun for Hire. He's also a member of the NRA Board of Directors. We've got Eric Pratt.
Chris Chang's going to be there. Eric Pratt. I'm looking at the list. It's an incredible list. So what it's November. For those who need to know, November the 2nd. Let's see. I'm not sure. It looks like it starts at 1 p.m. and it is right outside the U.S. Capitol building, right?
Right on the west lawn. Hickok 45 and his son are going to be there.
Oh, cool.
We've got the guys from the Gun Collective. John Patton is going to be there. Kevin Dixie, Aiming for the Truth. It's a great lineup. It's going to be a great day. Weather looks spectacular. We're just excited as we can be.
Yeah, and this is one of those deals I talk about. Show up, speak up, stand up, be there, because when they take the pictures, they're going to say how many people were there. And if you're part of it, you think, well, I'm just one. Yeah, but a whole bunch of just ones becomes a big number. Unfortunately, and just for people who want to know, I won't be there because this was set up long after I had planned my deer hunt. I'll be out in the mountains hunting deer. But if I had just a little bit more lead time, I would have been there. But next year, you can count on that. It's going to be awesome.
Disappointed you won't be there, but we understand. You make the plans. And this is one of the things, too. People have noticed that on our speakers list, we don't have a bunch of politicians. And we did invite some politicians, although we're trying very hard. We're determined to make this a nonpartisan. It's not about politics. It's not even about the politicians and sending the message in Washington. What this is really about is us getting together as the gun lobby. As we say, you are the gun lobby, and we want to bring the gun lobby together. I don't consider this to be a bunch of people coming to Washington, D.C. I consider this to be a bunch of leaders of the gun lobby collecting together in Washington, D.C., invigorating one another, sharing ideas, getting enthusiasm, and taking that back home with them and rocking their state and rocking this country as we move forward with the threats that are hanging over our heads. There's a lot of talk that the gun lobby has lost its mojo, that it's gone, that it's crippled. Well, we're here to tell you that the reports of our demise are exaggerated.
I love it. Jeff, thank you so much for the update on that. I wish could be there. I will be with you guys in spirit while I'm out on the mountain there, of course. So.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we'll be with you in spirit too, Tom.
Sounds good. Again, thank you so much. Jeff Knox, Firearms. The website again for Firearms Coalition?
FirearmsCoalition.org.
There you go. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, by the way, I was trying to come up with it earlier. Gunfacts.info, gunfacts.info. All right, Wade, don't go anywhere. I want to get your range report on quarter bores, 25 calibers, and we'll have room for you if you'd like to join us. We'd love to hear your range report. 866-TALK-GUN.
Want your next gun purchase to be fast and hassle-free? Well, at galleryofguns.com, you can search through thousands of models from our huge firearms inventory. Find a great offer from a local dealer that includes all fees and taxes. And there's no need to arrange a transfer. Gallery of Guns takes a small deposit on your credit card, and your gun will be at your chosen dealer in as little as 48 hours. Plus, your gun will be covered by our guaranteed lifetime replacement warranty. Galleryofguns.com. Search, find, buy. It really is just that easy.
Hi, this is Ryan Gresham with Gun Talk. Have you ever heard about a gun giveaway and thought, I can't win that stuff. I live in a state where I can't own it? Well, visit guntalk.com/win to enter the Legal Everywhere giveaway presented by Timney Triggers. One grand prize with more than $7,300 in prizes, including 2 handguns, triggers, holster packages, tactical gear, optics, and more. Residents of all 50 states can enter. That's right, California, Massachusetts, Maryland, those 5 counties in Illinois, everyone. Prizes from Axion Optics, Colt, Crossbreed Holsters, DeSantis, Proper, Timney Triggers, and Walther. Enter now through November 1st at guntalk.com/win. That's guntalk.com/win.
You got your carry permit, and that's good. But you know you could use more training. Get the DVDs, which have what you need. Springfield Armory presents Concealed Carry 1 and Concealed Carry 2 with Bata Group. Learn specific concealed carry skills from Top Gun fighting trainers. Get trained. Be prepared. This really is life and death. ShopGunTalk.com. That's ShopGunTalk.com.
Since 1994, Crimson Trace has defined and built the laser sighting category through design, innovation, and performance. With an obsession to create best-in-class electro-optics, Crimson Trace now offers a full line of lasers, lights, reflex sights, red dot sights, and rifle scopes for tactical and sport applications. Most Crimson Trace products include free batteries for life, and all scopes are backed by a lifetime warranty. Find yours at your local dealer or at crimsontrace.com.
Want to know more about gun rights movement, want to know what's going on, want to know stories that are out there, and there are news stories breaking every day that you don't hear about. Self-defense gun stories, where people have used guns in self-defense to protect themselves and others. Pistols, shotguns, and yeah, rifles. Yes, AR-15s being used in self-defense. Well, you can find out all about that by following me on Twitter. And you go, I don't do Twitter. Well, okay, well then maybe you should do Twitter. Just follow me. I'm Gun Talk, at Gun Talk. Pretty darn easy. Again, just follow me. I'm at Gun Talk on Twitter. Also, let's see here. Line 4, Wade is with us out of Littlefield, Texas, with a range report on some quarter bores, 25 calibers. Hey, Wade.
How are you?
I am great. What you got?
I picked me up a Ruger #1 and a 25-06 Ackley improved.
Ooh.
And I also picked up a 257 Weatherby. It was kind of a neat find. It was a Ruger also. It was a 25-06 had been bored out to a 57 Weatherby.
Interesting. So you got, and are they both Ruger #1s?
No, the Weatherby's a M77.
Okay, so you got a 25-06 Ackley improved. For those who don't know, that is a somewhat sharper shoulder. You can get a little bit more, maybe it's 5 to 10% more powder in it and get a little bit more velocity. So if you would, tell me your experience shooting these and compare the two.
Well, the 25-06, I've shot it some. I've been shooting 75, 85 grain out of it. I'm liking that pretty good. Took a coyote at about 300 yards the other day with it. The Weatherby, 2 weeks ago, I just got it, tried getting it sighted in. I'm really liking the gun. It's got probably the best trigger on any gun I've got. But I picked up 2 scopes at a gun shop that were used, and they were Weaver, like the Grand Slam, the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation.
Right.
So I picked up 2 for like $300, and
Sweet.
I put one of them on that Weatherby, and it won't adjust to the right far enough. It's still shooting about 2 or 3 inches to the left. So, shooting it shoots pretty good, but I'm gonna have to do something else about the scope. I don't know exactly what to do about that just yet, but.
Well, you know what? It could be the scope, could be the mounts. Are you using the Ruger integral mounts on that 77?
Yes. And I really don't see where you could go wrong with those mounts, in my opinion anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, generally not. That's what I was going to say. Those are generally on. You know what I would do? Do you have another scope of any type that you could just drop on there and try it out?
Yes.
Try that. I mean, look, it used to be I thought, well, it's got to be the rifle. But these days I kind of go to the scope first when I think there's a problem. So I would try another scope and see what you think there. Now, what's interesting about your choices here, and this is the question I have. The 25-06 generally versus the 257 Weatherby, both of them are 25 caliber, shooting the same bullets. You're usually looking at about a 300 maybe foot per second difference between those. But when you go to the actually improved version on the 25-06, you're picking up at least 100, maybe 150 feet per second. So there's not really that much difference between the two, is there?
Well, I didn't have either one of them, so I mean,
you're a man after my own heart. You're going, yeah, I don't really need these, but I don't have them, so what the heck?
Yeah, which I chronoed that. I haven't chronoed the Weatherby, the 25-06 with my reloads with 75 grain VMAX, about 3750.
Ooh. Yeah, and what's the barrel length on the 257 Weatherby? Probably 24?
Yeah, it's short, so I think that might.
Yeah, they're gonna be fairly close with a 26 or 28 inch barrel with that 75 grain bullet. You're probably going to be getting close to 3,900 out of the Weatherby. Yeah. So you look at 150. But if you got a 24 inch barrel and the Ruger #1, that's probably a B model with a 26 inch barrel, right?
I think it's a 24. It might be a 26, but I was thinking it's 24 or 26. It's one of the two.
They're going to be close. You know what's going to happen, don't you? You're going to end up deciding that one of them, they're too close together in their performance. I mean, they're fun to play with, but eventually you're going to end up getting rid of one of them, I think.
No.
No, that's not going to happen.
One of my kids wants to steal one or two of them, but,
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah. But
well,
no,
the nice part there is you can download that 25-06 and have it doing like 257 Roberts or even 250 Savage velocities safely.
Well, I was actually thinking about looking for a 257 Roberts. I don't know. I mean, know much about the round. I'm kind of liking the 25 caliber, and I don't have one of those. So
you are, aren't you? Well, you know what? Okay. I hate to even tell you this.
I'm kind of looking at a 25 Creedmoor. There's some guys building some of those. I thought that might be kind of a neat round.
I'll tell you what, all right, instead of doing that, I'm gonna put you onto something here. If you go to the Lipsy's website, lipsys.com, they are the exclusive distributor for Ruger #1s in the country. They have right now a Ruger #1 and 250 Savage. Coolest little rifle you ever saw, with a classic caliber. And if you're into the 25s, you owe it to yourself to go pick up this 250 Savage. If you're hand loading, you can get it up to 257 Roberts if you want to. Now, you can find a 257 Roberts all over the place. I only have 3 257 Roberts rifles right now. So, yeah, I kind of like those. That was the first centerfire rifle I ever shot. But, well, I applaud you. I think you're having a bunch of fun, and I love the 25, that quarter bore caliber. As you get more of them, call us back and keep us posted, okay?
Will do.
All right, I appreciate it, sir. That is so cool. Yeah, we call them the quarter bore 25. You get that, okay? It's quarter, 25 cents. All right, maybe. Well, who knows? Are you a quarter bore groupie? I am. Okay, I've got the Weatherby, I've got the Roberts, and I am really seriously thinking about that 250 Savage. That would be cool. Oh, maybe a Savage Model 99. Never had one of those. Jim just asked me, he said, well, what's the recoil difference between the 25-06 and the 257 Roberts? Well, I mean, rather the 257 Weatherby. We'll talk about that during the after show. If you want to talk about recoil differences, by all means, you can join us. If you want to join us for the after show, call us right now, 866-TALK-GUN, or just Tom Talk Gun, and we'll put you right in there. If you haven't listened to the after show before, you're in for a treat. We have a lot of fun doing that with Jim and Michelle and me, and sometimes other folks join us. And we just kind of jabber and talk about the things we talked about here, and we make fun of... No, we actually don't make fun of people. No, that's not what we do. But you can listen to the after show wherever you get your podcast or through your Gun Dealio app. Make sure you put Gun Dealio on your smartphone. You can go to gundealio.com and you can download it that way. It's free and it'll save you lots of money. God, there's some incredible deals right now. They're coming out like daily, and we have a team of people who do nothing but look for the deals, and we put them onto Gun Dealio. So it's kind of one-stop shopping. You find, oh, cool, they're offering 3 mags with a purchase of a gun on this deal, or you can get a free this, or this, How else would you even know about this stuff? Oh, yeah, and by the way, if you work at a gun store, it's hard to keep up with the deals. The manufacturers have all these programs going. It's really hard to keep up. If you have Gun Dealio, you'll know about them. You'll be the smartest gal or girl or guy behind the counter. I'm going to go back and do a little more hunting, heading out later this week, back to Idaho. Those hills are still waiting for me. They're not getting any flatter. They seem to be getting steeper every year, but that's okay. I'm up for it. I'll go hunt the flat places. How's that? Fair enough. One thing I did find is I find that I've become less tolerant of heavy guns. It's kind of like, it used to be in the old days, you had to have a heavy gun to be accurate. And that's certainly not true anymore. You can, and if you could shave a pound or even 2 pounds, which is often the case, off the weight of a rifle, that's a lot to carry, especially because you're carrying it either in your hands or on your shoulder with a strap or over your shoulder. But you got to be careful if you're doing that, which way the muzzle's pointing. Here's a question for you. When you're walking around with your hunting rifle, do you have a round in the chamber? Or do you carry it with an empty chamber? And why? I would like to know. That would be a good after-show conversation. I used to carry around in the chamber all the time. Never know when something's going to jump up in front of you, right? And it kind of depends, honestly. If I'm walking through the woods and I'm kind of going slow, a lot of times I will, because something could jump up in front of me. But if I'm out west where I can see some distance, and it's unlikely I'm going to get a jump shot, and especially if it's rocky or hilly and you might slide, you might fall down, I often will carry an empty chamber. And there's plenty of time to put one in the chamber. You know what? And here's the deal. I guess this is where you kind of have your experience working for you. If there's not time, and if you can't get the shot off, that's not that bad a deal. It's not the worst that could ever happen, because if you're thinking, I am safer on this shale slide or these rocky places, if I should fall, I would like to have an empty chamber. And if that causes me to lose a deer, unlikely, but it could, then I'm okay with that. It's just the trade-offs we make. And I think part of it is as we get older and have more experience, that's what we do. All right, time is short. If you'd like to get involved with the after show, call me right now, 866-TALK-GUN. In the meantime, stand up, show up, speak up. Second Amendment rally, November the 2nd. Check that out. If you can get to D.C., by all means, do that. But you know what? You can be an activist of your own anytime. If you see a gun-free zone sign, speak to the management. Talk to them. We had the report today. You can get those pulled down. In the meantime, carry always. Go shooting. Take somebody with you.